You know, this kind of reminds me, it took me about 4 minutes to get everybody seated. It reminds me of a cemetery. You know, a president is kind of like a cemetery. Everybody's below you, but nobody's listening. So, I think Bill Spain told me that. But it is a great day. You know, the only thing that we don't have is rain, which is what we had the last time we had the groundbreaking, Senator. And we were under a little porch over there in the old building 1 when we did the groundbreaking for phase 1. So this is a great day. We've got a beautiful sunny day. It's a little bit warm. I may take my coat off in a minute, and so any gentleman that would wish to do that, you may do that, but ladies, keep your coats on.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'm not a good joke teller, so I'll stop at that one. Margie Moore said, "Thank goodness." We've got a pretty stout agenda this morning, so we'll get started. I'd like to recognize our Pensacola State team that have worked very, very hard at the college, a lot of them on this project, and others in support. And then we have some new employees as well, but first, where's Sandy Ray? Sandy is right here, and she worked diligently with our legislative delegation over the past 10 years, and is one of the people that stayed in Tallahassee to help move the agenda along for funding. Diane Bracken. Diane is way back in the back, of course she usually is, getting things done. Diane is the staff member in direct point of contact with the architect and the Moret Company personnel on site. Dr. Debbie Duma, where's Debbie? Debbie's right here. She was the grant writer for our Triumph grant, and as well as a lot of other all the grants at the college. I think there's been one grant written that wasn't under Debbie's penmanship. Andrew Krieger, our executive director for our foundation back there that worked with our donors for the $1 million donation. Dr. Aaron Spicer, our vice president for student and academic affairs, who has worked with helping to design the space with the architect as well. Dr. Bradley could not be here, but he worked with the architect as well. Vice President Tom Gillum, who handles a lot of different things, but legal matters in particular, and he's way back there in the back. We have Vice President Anita Kovacs here. She is new to the college, but she's been involved in the financial aspect of making sure that the Moret Company gets paid, which is important. I don't know if Dean DuTremble is here, Kathy DuTremble. We have 2 associate vice presidents, Michael Johnson, who's over our research and our IT department, and then Dr. John Stevenson, who is, I think, a second-week employee. He is our associate vice president for student affairs. Where's Dr. Stevenson? Right here. And we have Sheila Nichols, our director of marketing and public relations, way back in the back, and Jill Hubbs, who's our general manager for WSRE. Where's Jill? Jill, thank you for being here. And of course, is Haley Loads here? Haley is here representing our Alumni Association Booster Club, and I see our athletic director, Brian Llewellyn, is here, and Steve Whiting, who's over a different aspect of our IT services. All other employees, please stand to be recognized. Pat Cruz in particular. Pat has helped me numerously. Thank you. And Rob Gregg. I see Dr. Mike Walker, our department head for math, and Jennifer Brayer, who is city council member, but also one of our best math instructors at the college. And there may be some others here. I see Greg back there for plant operations. And I could go on and on and on, but I'll stop there. We also have the members of the Moret team here, Mike Moret and Nikki. Where's Nikki? Nikki, you wanna bring Bear over here, and Lily, Bear and Lily. Where's Lily? I saw somebody bring Lily in. Oh, okay.
Go show off, Bear.
Yeah, you see the shovel there? So I bring them up because, you know, all the dignitaries here that are going to throw the dirt with the shovel, you may not get your picture in the paper because these two might get their picture in the paper instead of us. Anyway, we appreciate it. Appreciate y'all bringing Lily and Bear with their Pensacola State jerseys and their shovels. We also have Nikki and Mike's mother, Sharon. Sharon, where are you?
She has a
Oh, you had the dog. Okay, thank you.
overlooked already.
And we have the superintendent of the project, Justin Hodges, here. There he is in the back. And Matt Cumberford, project manager. Where's Matt? Thank you for being here. On the program, but I'll go over this. I saw members of our foundation board and WSRA board here. So if you're in Alumni Association, if you're a member of one of those three organizations, would you stand? I saw David Collins and some others. Yeah, thank you. General John Adams and Hal George, thank y'all for being here. Senator Brockson is here, Representative Andrade, Representative Salzman. Robert Bender will be here. He's in a meeting right now, but this is his district and he will be here a little bit later. Mayor Grover Robertson, Councilwoman Jennifer Breyer is here. We have Beverly Hutchison representing the Santa Rosa County Commission, who was part of the local match for Phase 1. And we have Ben Boutwell from Century, our mayor from Century, and Representative, and there may be, are there any other elected officials here? I know we have Todd Thompson here from the Chamber of Commerce. And of course, Joe Sorcy here, we can't forget him, the prime architect. Who have you got with you, Joe?
Marcus Gibbs.
Would y'all stand up so we can thank you? We also have Collier Merrill here who will make remarks representing our Triumph board. Miss Moore is going to be on the program in just a minute, and she's going to recognize the family members, or they won't stand, but or they could. It's up to Miss Moore that were responsible for the $1 million gift that we have. The Bear family could not be here because one of the members had COVID, and they didn't want, you know, to spoil anybody's fun by possibly transferring that to anyone here. And we also have the Pete Moore family here, and James Reeves and Bill Williams. So there's a lot of thanks to go around in this group for what we're doing right now. And without further ado, I'd like to call on our chairman, Margie Moore, to make remarks, and also recognize our board members that are here in attendance.
Good morning. Dr. Meadows, I don't know if you mentioned that Troy Tippett, Dr. Troy Tippett, Board of Trustees. Oh, okay. Did you get to stand earlier, Troy? Okay. Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Pensacola State College, thank you for being here to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Bear, Jones, Moore, and Reeves Center for Math and Advanced Technology. It is always exciting to watch our college grow, but I am especially thrilled to see this project get started. It is the culmination of over 8 years of hard work by our legislative delegation, as well as our local partners, To all of the boots that have been on the ground, working hard to make this center happen, thank you for your hard work. Dr. Meadows, thank you for continuing to lead this college towards growth, to educating more people in more fields. Diane Bracken, I didn't know what to say about you. Mostly, thank you for the countless ways you keep the lights on. You keep everything working in all of on all the campuses and all the centers, 365 days a year. Thank you. A special thanks to Dr. Debbie Duma for her tireless grant writing efforts, which resulted in the award of the Triumph Gulf Coast grant that will be integral to this build. And thank you, Collier, for being here today. Thank you to Triumph Gulf Coast for supporting this cause. I'm sorry the Bear family can't be here today. They are so happy to be a part of this, the Pensacola State College family. To Lewis, Bill, Lewis, Jen, Cindy, Chad, David, and Cindy. To Bill, and in honor of Joe. To Lauren and Mike. To Jackie and to Angela, and in honor of Pete. And to Jim, where's Jim? To Jim, Reeves, and your family, thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for your continued generosity to and your faith in Pensacola State College. I would be here another 3 hours listing all of the ways your families have helped our community and this college. So I will just say, thank you again for the people that you are and for the service to our community. Thank you, and this is a wonderful day for all of us. We appreciate you being here.
Hallelujah.
Next on the agenda, we have our great Senator Doug Brockson for remarks.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's my honor to be joined by my colleagues, Representative Andrade and Michelle Salzman, who are incredible assets to this area. You know, in 1967, I think this was my parking space when I was at Pensacola Junior College. And I really didn't know what this college was about. I just knew it was one of the only places I was allowed to go to. And it was a great experience. And I am incredibly thankful for the 12 years that I've served this community. You know, you hear people say I'm honored to be here, but it is incredibly honorable for me to be here and stand with you as we begin the process that we started so many years ago of building this into a world-class campus. I remember when President Meadows came to me in 2014 and said, we've got to replace the bars building. And I believe it was number 1 or number 2 on the list of the things that should be done first. And for 5 years, the legislature ignored that list. And some phenomenon happened. When I became the chairman of the Education Appropriations, I met with my staff real early and I said, you know, there's a project that I want you to look at, and I want you to give me a report every week until we get through conference, and I want it funded. And every week, they would give me a report. And as you probably know, dollars, the PICO dollars come out late in session. There's an allocation that's made. And top of that list, Mr. President, was Pensacola State College. And I got a call from Dr. Meadows. He could barely speak. He was so overwhelmed by the fact that we've been doing it in increments, 2 million here, 2 million there. And we knew that with inflation and the other problems related to construction, as you know, sir, what a tremendous time we're in as far as the supply chain and other problems. But it is a great day for us. All those bad things you said about me for 5 years, now I'm a now I'm a champion. I like being a champion. But God bless this college. God bless this community. And God bless you as we move forward. Thank you.
Well, I don't remember ever saying anything bad about you. But I know you and I both were frustrated for a while, and we shared our frustration. But and I don't know if y'all really know what it really took to get the full funding from the legislative ask that we asked. To get all of it in 1 year is just kind of unheard of, and it's probably been, even for the universities, unheard of as well. So thank you, Senator, for the number one priority and being in the right place at the right time and working those relationships. He also promised me that he would rally the troops with our representatives in the House, and he has done that. Ladies go first, so Michelle, would you like to say a few words?
This is when y'all clap. Yay! Okay, all right. Just kidding. I actually was kind of excited because I was following Alex and not the great senator, but that's okay. I'll follow the senator. I would just like to share not a political message, but just a message as someone from the community. In 1999, I came back to Pensacola homeless. I was a disabled combat veteran with no college and no job, and I was, I think, 6 months pregnant with my second child. And I went to the VA facility on Pensacola State College campus, it used to be Pensacola Junior College, and I said, I'm a veteran and I need a job. I got to do something. I got to have a future. And that was this college, this campus gave me hope. Not just gave me hope, but it gave me a path to the future, a path to a career. I got my first degree from here. It was an associate's in science at computer technology. I got a degree in programming analysis, and that's also where I met my husband, was with that first degree, using that with network telephone. So we've been together almost 20 years, and with that degree, I grew other degrees. But seeing this come to fruition is certainly so meaningful as someone that needed this. And I see and meet with constituents all the time that talk about needing opportunities, and Pensacola State College is just an incredible place for hope and opportunity for our community, for the growth of our community. And I would like to just make sure I mention that one of the first things in my interview with my senator was, how do you feel about Pensacola State College? I got this project I need to do. And I'm like, if you just only knew how much I love them. So it means a lot to be here today. It means a lot to see this happen. And I'm so honored to be sitting next to just an incredible delegation of people. Thank you.
And it is my pleasure to introduce Alex Andrade, who has worked hand in glove with us even over a longer period of time for our funding. And this year, we broke another record with Alex's bill for paving. We got $1 million more than what we asked for. So I don't know how you did that. But Alex, come up here.
Thanks, Dr. Meadows, and I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know how that happened either. I think Senator Brockson might have more information than I do about that. But I remember when I was elected in 2018, Sandy came to my office, and the one-pager talking about the bars building was so old that it still said Pensacola Community College on it. And I was kind of taken aback. I mean, this has been something that had been worked on far before 2018. So I was appreciative of the fact that Senator Brockson had been working on it far longer. And I was appreciative of the fact that, I turned around when Dr. Meadows talked about asked who serves on a foundation board or the board of trustees or who works at this college or who's dedicated their lives and their free time to supporting the mission of Pensacola State College, and everybody in this room stood up. So just thank you all for everything that you do. You don't have to be committed to an institution like Pensacola State College, but you choose to be committed to an institution like Pensacola State College. So there are four family names on this building. Each one from Reeves, Jones, Bear, and what's the fourth? Moore. Sorry. I still get nervous public speaking after 4 years in office. I apologize, but there are four names on this building, but there are so many more names that have put their all for the past decade or more into improving this community and this institution. And from the Moret family, thank you for choosing to make your company and build your company here in Pensacola. To every subcontractor, to every professional, and to every single person who's actually chosen to take risks, start their families, and invest in this community. You are the reason why this community is seeing success right now. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. While it might be tough sometimes, you make mine and Senator Brockson and Representative Saltzman's jobs way easier over in Tallahassee. So I appreciate y'all, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex. We have a unique situation where in the beginning of funding, the legislature, the first thing they wanted was skin in the game from the local community. And the mayor's office and both county commissions, they made sure that we had local funds to say that we had a local match. Triumph came on a little bit later, and they found the same thing, that we are providing a local match for the Triumph grant. So Robert Bender is here. I'd like for him to come up and make remarks because they provided $250,000 from the county commission toward this project.
Good morning, Dr. Meadows. Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to hear what the future of PSC holds. I think Mayor Robinson actually got this started, and I was able to help carry the flag in committing our county funds to this project. Michelle talked about opportunity and how great that we have four families that are so embedded in the community, providing opportunity for our future to carry on the legacy of not only your names, but the opportunity that Escambia County and Pensacola has for these types of jobs. This is strategic. I mean, this is what we've been working on for years, to bring these types of jobs and these positions to Escambia County, and to have a building, an area where they can come, where we can keep our local kids here and have people from around the state, around the country come here and learn and potentially move here and stay here. That's a great opportunity for all of us. So thank you to all four families that are doing this, and as Alex said, everyone else who has donated. But this is a huge effort, as we see everyone who's here from the legislator, local, everybody, to make this happen. And so I'm happy to stand next to my colleagues today, next to the college, and see this come to fruition. So thank you for everybody involved.
You know, what can I say about Grover Robinson? He was the person on the county commission that said, we're going to make this happen. We're going to provide that $250,000. And Grover, you led the charge, and you got all the other county commissioners, and it was unanimous, which might be a rarity in some instances for the county commission. But and then Grover Robinson became the mayor. And from the mayor's office, prior to his tenure as mayor, we got $25,000 from the mayor's office toward this project. But Grover Robinson's story starts way before the county commission and way before his being the mayor. His family has been involved in this institution for many, many, many years. And Grover currently sits on our foundation, has been on our foundation, and I think he even shared our foundation. And his family has contributed in many, many ways to helping students realize their dreams. So we love you, Mayor Robinson. It's your time to speak.
President Meadows, I would say Pensacola State makes it easy. As you can see by the list of elected officials that are here, I don't think you missed anybody. So everybody comes out, everybody likes Pensacola State. We certainly at the City of Pensacola like Pensacola State. I think this is a great day for Pensacola. The education and what this means for education in our community is huge for our community. We love UWF. We cheer and we were glad to host the national championship in football. But really, the higher institution that is in the City of Pensacola is Pensacola State. And it is near and dear to our heart here at the city, and we very much appreciate what goes on this campus. I want to say a special appreciation to the Bear, Jones, Moore, and Reeves family. Thank you so much for your decision to invest in this college and in this community. In so many ways, your gifts that you are making here will change lives in so many ways for the future. Thank you for the gifts that you have made. I have to say that as a current foundation member and past president of the foundation, I certainly appreciate your gifts in making this possible. We wouldn't be here today without y'all. And I did want to say, Jim, as a fellow R, we support you there even at your back of the line. I always tell my kids, I said, don't worry. When it says and, you get more emphasis in the back, so don't worry about that. So, really, finally, again, certainly all of those that are working to make this a reality, this building, it is going to be, if you've ever been to the old bars building, and I loved everything about what the bars did, and it was great to get it going. Boy, that was an old building. So if you've been in the new one, it is amazing to see what's there. And I think it's also a credit to many of the design team, the construction team, Mike, you and your team, what y'all put together. And I think it's amazing to see. That's in Pensacola, and that's what our students will be learning from. So I can't say how excited I am to see this come together. I finally want to say certainly thank you to the senator for getting this across the finish line, as well as our delegation team. Now I know why I have to come for 16 years of local government service to ask for the legislature for money at Pensacola State. I think that has something to do. That helps you get lots of money there. But it's always good to have the delegation. They always show up at Pensacola State every year, and we're able to get things for our community. And we wouldn't be able to do that without leadership like Senator Brockson, who also came from the House side, has been big for us. Certainly Alex and Michelle, we appreciate everything that you do for this community. And this is just proof of more things that you brought home for us. So we appreciate that. But finally, Dr. Meadows, to you and your team. Y'all are the ones that are making a difference for where we go. I think Michelle's story is certainly compelling, but there are thousands of them just like that here. People who have opportunity, and that's why I love Pensacola State, because we are truly a workforce institution that we certainly teach the regular curriculum of higher learning, but we also really try to help find people career opportunities, new things to do that change their lives. And thank you for what you and your staff do. Certainly Councilwoman Breyer back there, appreciate what you do. Thank you very much for that, and we're excited. The City of Pensacola cannot be more excited than we are, so thank you for what you do for our community.
You know, when we look at something new like phase one, and we're looking at the construction of phase two, I'm glad some of you have remembered building one, the bars building. It was 5 fingers, and the 4 fingers were all outside entryways. I remember a person called Jennifer Breyer calling the president's office and saying, "Do you know that there are squirrels living above my classroom?" And I said, "Well, I didn't know that, but I do now." So we had to eradicate squirrels. I don't think we're going to have any problem with squirrels in this building. But because of Triumph Gulf Coast, we have the edge against the inflation and the astronomical increase in building construction costs. And at this time, I'd like to call Collier Merrill, who made the motion for our grant, which is almost $12 million toward this project. Collier.
Thank you, President Meadows. And you certainly got, the right contractor with Moret. And if y'all know Mike Moret, he's one of the cheapest people you'll know.
Thanks, Collier.
Pitches a penny, let's say that. Anybody that would shamelessly parade their dogs up here for a write-off, which is 100% what he did. But he's tight, so that's good with Dr. Meadows. Sir?
Minimum wage is
They're
tough.
expensive. Listen, my job's easy. I get to give out money. It's people like Senator Brockson, Representative Salzman, and Representative Andrade that keep this Triumph money. If you not familiar with Triumph that well, it's a bunch of money that's left over from BP, not left over, given to us because of the oil spill in 2010. And I was head of the chamber at that point, and it was tough. And the good senator and our representatives have to protect that because there's people down south that want that money. There's $1 billion left in that fund. So it's easy for me to give it out. And I gotta tip my hat to President Gates, who just stepped down as chairman at our last meeting. His final meeting will be in a couple weeks at the airport, June 28th. It's the first meeting we've had over here in a while. So we always go to Panama City and Wakulla and all this. So it's coming back here. So there's 8 counties that get to split the remaining $1 billion. But President Gates just stepped down as chairman after 4 years. His parting words, and this is true, he said, "Don't screw it up." Screw up, they're just waiting down in Miami and other delegations as these folks on the front row will tell you to grab that money. And giving $12 million to this is certainly not screwing it up. And what Dr. Meadows has done and the rest of his staff and everybody here, when you look at the IT and the cybersecurity and the way he can pivot on a dime to what he's done with ST Aerospace and what he's doing with this. I mean, Pensacola State College is no longer a place-bound community. It's a place people want to come and learn because of its excellence. Not, as Senator Brockson said, well, it's the only place it would take me. Not true anymore. Not quoted you, sir. Just not true anymore. People are coming here because of what the excellence has gone, and it's not a place-bound. So thank you to everybody here that has contributed to that, and we'll continue on. Thank you, Dr. Meadows.
We have one more elected official here, our Mayor Ben Batwell from Century, and we have a special relationship with Century. And, Century gets left out of a lot, but I wanted him to be part of the celebration. So, Ben, a few words to the group.
Thank you, Dr. Matters. Like you said, we're from Century, our big metropolis that we have up there, 1,700 citizens. But I can't do anything in Century without what we have on the front row. It's phenomenal. I've only been up there as elected official, as the mayor for 17 months, but we've got a lot accomplished. Senator Brockson, Michelle, Kent, and I can't forget about District 5, Stephen Berry.
That's right.
Phenomenal. Pensacola State, great partnership we have up there on our campus. We're working in the right direction, and can't thank y'all enough. So thank you from the north end. And we're going to keep working, and we're going in the right direction. So thank y'all so much.
I'd like to call the family members in turn from the donors of the $1 million. So Laura Cutter, representing the Pete Moore family. Laura, would you come up and say a few words? And if you'd like to introduce your family members and have them stand, I'd love for you to do that.
Thank you, Dr. Meadows. So today my sister Jacqueline is here with me, my husband Mike, and my bonus mom of 20 plus years, Angela. Thank you so much for everyone that's here today, everyone that's collaborated on this project. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so proud to be from Pensacola and to live here and raise my family. My dad instilled in us a long time ago how important education was, and it was such a foundation for our future. And we are so honored and proud to be here to do that for other people. So thank you so much. We're going to keep it short and sweet, and thank you very much.
Angela, the senator said, "Is that Dr. Meadows your Corvette?" And I said, "Goodness, no."
It can be.
That's Kitty.
I don't know. Do I have an obligation? Bill Jones. Bill, come up and say a few words to this group. You know, I met Bill through Jim Reeves.
That's nice, thank you.
And Bill is a fine gentleman that I've grown to respect and admire in many, many ways. And to have him give a $250,000 gift for this building in honor of his late wife is an amazing gift. Bill, come over here to the mic.
Thank you, Dr. Meadows. Well, I go back to Pensacola Junior College days and Pensacola High School that moved out to the new high school. So that was the old Pensacola High School, brick building on Palafox, real close to Cervantes. My mother was the secretary for Dr. Henry Ashmore. School went from JUCO to community college to Pensacola State College. What's next? It's an honor. It's an honor to be here and be a representative to a group like you. We deserve to have a city that goes way back. Of course, we are the one. I wish the best for all of us here in the way we can proceed with all this, and I hope we can get some more buildings put up. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, we do have plans for a training and conference center, Bill, Senator Alex and Michelle. We don't have a spokesperson for the Bear family, but I think Margie Moore said it better than anybody could say it, what they've meant to our community and to Pensacola State. And they started giving to this college many, many years ago and have continued. I know Lewis serves on our committee for our sporting clay event, which is our largest fundraiser. And David also serves on the Triumph board and seconded the motion with Collier for the $12 million. And he's also one of the head honchos of the Foo Fest, and we just got a $16,000 grant from the Foo Fest. So, yes, and I met all of these families and others through Jim Reeves, and Jim sits on our foundation board. And Jim, as you come up, I'll tell a story about you. We're sitting announcing the campaign, and later Jim told me I had to open my big mouth. But what Jim said was, if we get to the end, to make sure we go over our goal, I'll pledge the last $250,000. And so not only has he helped us exceed our goal of $11 million, but we're almost at $13 million now in the campaign. And but Jim led the charge, and he and I, he invited me to sit with many, many people that all were not new to me in terms of knowing them in the community, but Jim, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you've done for Pensacola State before the campaign and during the campaign. So we really appreciate you. Thank you.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, what a team. And what I mean by what a team is, we're going to put our names on the building, but that was just kind of the icing on the cake for what everybody else did, from Triumph to, and I'm just happy to tag along with that team. I say it all. One thing I want you to think about for a minute, Grover. how much interest was there on the sheriff's fund that we got from Pensacola State College when we were holding the money? Do you remember how much that was?
You talk about from the county?
Yeah.
I do not.
Any rate, do you remember?
$176,000.
$176,000, and so they said, we can't get that money, but Grover got $176,000. That's how we got to know each other. Was that first $176,000 that the county wasn't going to give us, but they did. I've said it a lot of times, it's very, very easy to raise money for Pensacola State College because it's a great operation. And I've said it many times that President Meadows is, in my opinion, the best president that Pensacola State College has ever had. And so when we sat down with people, we had a strong story to tell, and people participated. I can't not mention my partners in this, meaning the Bear family, the Moore sisters. I just can't say enough about Lauren. She is certainly, I couldn't have a better friend than Pete Moore, and she stepped up and done many things that Pete himself would have done, and I really appreciate you for, that's plural, for helping. And Bill Jones, we both went to Pensacola High School. We both know the old yellow building. We both know that first building they started in where a motel is today. But that's the kind of thing you know if you stay around long enough. So, at any rate, I'm happy just to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Jim's a little bit, I guess you would say, not taking credit where credit is due, but, I tagged along with Jim. That's the truth of it. So Jim, we appreciate your assistance. I think he was the leading fundraiser for our capital campaign in terms of the different number of people that he talked into. And you can sell a good product, and Pensacola State is a wonderful product. Whether you're in the legislature at the Triumph Board, or whether you're in the community asking people for money. And we have an extra $1 million that is endowed for scholarships for students. And through Jim's efforts, we have about $2.5 million in the campaign that are endowed for scholarships. So Jim Reeves, we really appreciate what you've done for us, and to the families, the Pete Moore family, to Bill Jones, and certainly to the Bear family, and all the other people out there that have given to Pensacola State College. And, our board members have given. We have teaching chairs now that we would not have had if it were not for our board members stepping up in the foundation capital campaign. And the teaching chairs are so important because they're not scholarships to students, but they are scholarships to our faculty to make sure that our faculty continue to have opportunities for professional development. And that's so important to have what we just had last month, where our students competed on the world stage in business management, and we tied for first in the world. So that was, yes. And that's beating, my favorite institution at a four-year college called the University of Alabama. We beat them. We beat Auburn. We beat FSU. All those universities, we beat them. But we tied with a European university. So to all of you that have helped make today become a reality, I want to express our appreciation on behalf of our faculty and staff. It's a great day. Andrea, have you been watching the agenda here? Did I miss anybody? I got everybody. I had my magic marker here that I was going to check off, but somebody already did it. So it didn't do me any good to check off to make sure I didn't miss somebody. But now we have the culmination of today's speeches with a hard hat and a shovel. And so all of the people that were on the agenda and anybody else that wants to step up with a shovel, I have some people that I know were not on the agenda that deserve to be there. And again, to Florida Architects, thank you, Joe, for the fine work you've done, and Mike Moret and your team. We're looking forward to the ribbon cutting. And in August, we'll have another ribbon cutting. It's the truck driver training school that's out in Santa Rosa County. So we'll see some of you there as well. So without further ado, let's go grab a shovel.